We are live. I was sitting here listening to music and look what just came on. You know I'm an 80s girl when I get up and start dancing to Whitney Houston. Yes. Okay, so what is the number one song you want to hear on New Year's Eve? Let's create a playlist right quick. What is this song that gets you super excited, up off your feet and moving? I think Whitney does it for me. It's usually Justin Timberlake. Those that know me love. I love some JT. He's got some moves. Well, I'm excited to be here with all of you. I mean, I don't know. The next time we'll be together might be next year. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I am excited to share some great tips that is not all product. Don't worry. I'm not going to talk about just product. Some of it has to do with how you're sleeping and what you're sleeping on for the best skin, because if we have learned anything this year in 2020, it is to be able to obviously take a little better care of ourselves, because we're not promised tomorrow. And, you know, we're not getting any younger. We're not getting any younger. So regardless of how many filters we might have on our phone, or of course, this is filter free, but don't let it fool you. You see that bright light right here? There's a ring light, because obviously it's 9 o'clock here in Charlotte, North Carolina, but lighting's key. Okay, that's the first thing. Lighting's key. But there's some great tips that I wanted to share. And I just want this to be interactive. I want this to be fun. I thought about doing some fun trivia for New Year's. Why not? And let's do some giveaways. So I know there is a couple different groups that are watching. I love technology. I can be in multiple places at one time, all while wearing pajama pants, fuzzy socks, and a little fancy sweater. Have y'all figured out what you're wearing to your New Year's Eve party? You know, the one that's happening in your living room. I'm like, should I go fancy and really big earrings and red lips, or should I just stick to the PJs? I don't know. What are y'all wearing? What are you wearing to the PJ party? This year, I pray I can make it to the ball dropping. That's always a goal of mine. Make it to I'm not a night person. It is impressive that I am doing this live at 9 p.m. without a nap today. All right, so let's get started. Who all is on? I'm gonna try to pull up the little chat box so I can see. If I don't see you, I promise I will come back and reconnect once we get done. But I see, hey, Joy. Oh, look at all our joys. We have a bunch. PJs, I know. Oh, who's going to be fancy? I'll have to see who you are. So, hey, Cindy, thank you for getting on. So, yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to get fancy. I wore a dress yesterday for the 4th time since March. I've been keeping record, 4th time since March. And there is just something about the energy a little comfy dress gives me. I don't know. I wore it to, this is probably TMI, I wore it to my annual pep smear. Because like, of all times in your life, you need to hype yourself up. That's the appointment. I don't know about y'all, but I would much rather go to the dentist than do what I did yesterday. I know I might be a little different. There's a lot of people that have some FOMO with the dentist, but I love them. I would go quarterly if my insurance would pay for it. Okay. So here's the deal. We all dream about having flawless, glowing, wrinkle-free, spot-free skin. And I don't know about y'all, but maybe because I talk about products all the time, not all the time, but, you know, to my customers, and I'm texting about it. Of course, all the ads that show up on my social media is about skincare and glamour and, you know, all the things. So I can't even imagine someone not having experience with skincare to know what's good, what's not good, what to look for, what to stay away from. So I really want to make this super duper simple for you, because we know that we need to obviously drink plenty of water, right? So I was always taught that you drink half your body weight in ounces. So it's a good little, so I don't know about y'all, but I can't carry around those big jugs. Like I tried it one time. I'm like, that's not me. But figure out how much water you need to drink. Obviously, try to get enough sleep. Easier said than done. If you're like me, I am able to add a little power nap every day and be able to make it what my body needs. And of course, wash your face. There was a book about it. Girl, wash your face. And the reason that that's so important is obviously we have all this dead skin, but it ages you 7 to 13 days every single night you go to bed without washing your face. Did you know that? So tomorrow night, if you do make it to midnight and you're not sure if you're going to have the energy to wash your face, maybe in North Carolina, our curfew for serving any sort of alcoholic beverages is 9 p.m. Maybe, when we have to be cut off, if you're having a fun beverage, go wash your face then. Wash it at 9 and bring in the new year with a clean slate. So, but there are several other things that I want to talk to you about to be able to make sure that you have great skin. The first one is using the correct cleanser, And I try to use my degree in biochemistry, but keep it simple enough that I wouldn't bore you to death. But here's the deal. If you have acne prone skin, like I do, I have cystic acne at 40 plus years old. I know. Then you want to make sure your products have salicylic acid in them. That is going to help kill the bacteria, dry everything up. And our Clear Proof line has salicylic acid in it. That doesn't mean you need to use the entire line, but there needs to be a couple pieces of it to help you, especially during that time of the month. If you have hormonal acne, which is here, a lot of times this is, diet, and up here can be just your hair products, to be honest. So make sure you've got salicylic acid in it. If you have really mature skin, your skin is really dehydrated, you want to make sure your cleanser is a rich, creamy, foaming cleanser. Okay, not a gel, but a milky cleanser, I guess you could say. And the other thing that some people have is discoloration, whether it's the pregnancy masking or sunspots and age spots. The thing that I will tell you to look for in that is vitamin B3. Vitamin B3 is also known as a brightening superpower. It has like superpowers, and it also works as an antioxidant. So all of the free radicals that are flying around in the air and land on our skin to increase aging, to increase discoloration, the B3 complex is going to help neutralize that. So it doesn't work. So for that one would be our 3D 4-in-1 cleanser. So which ingredient do you need? Do you need salicylic acid? Do you need something that's milky and creamy for extra moisture? Or do you need something that's brightening, has a superpower to brighten your skin and want that vitamin B3 complex? I want this to be, I'll have to come back and look because I can't, it's on like 2 different screens. So you'll have to tell me which one you're excited to start using in 2021. Maybe you're already using it. The other thing, number 2, is don't use too many products. When you are layering a lot of different brands, the pHs are different, and it can actually cause your skin to age faster. For me, I have extreme redness when I was using multiple products. Even though they were doing things that I needed them to do, it still was wreaking havoc on my skin. It ages me faster. My skin looked better at 35 than it did at 25 because I finally started using 1 pH. And here's the deal. You want to make sure you're using the same skincare line all the way through your foundation. Yep, foundation's part of skincare. It is. So make sure you're using the same brand all the way through. That doesn't mean, like for Mary Kate, the reason I picked this company and wanted my 50% discount was I wanted to use some acne products, but I also knew that I had a lot of sun damage. Who else grew up with a pool in their backyard and baby oil and lemon juice in their hair? I know. All the things, and had a lot of sun damage. So I needed to obviously have anti-aging, and I couldn't find anything in one line that I can mix and match the way my skin needed. I always say it's like a prescription, right? Like what I take to make me feel my best is not probably going to be the same thing as you, whether it's the diet or medicine or vitamins. So make sure you have the right prescription for you. Okay. Moisturize day and night. Our skin is doing totally different things in the morning and during the day than it is at night when we're going to bed. So have you ever had an overnight flight and you talked the whole time, you were eating, but you still kind of had that morning breath, even though you weren't sleeping in your bed? So our skin's doing the same thing. It is on this continuous cycle. And in the day, it's like our body wants to say, like, I want to protect you. I don't want any of these free radicals landing on you. And then at night, it's in repair mode. It is repairing the damage that happened during the day. So if I'm putting my day moisturizer on at night, I am slowing down that reversal process that my body naturally wants to have. So that's the reason you want to make sure that you are using a day and a night moisturizer, because they really are doing completely different things. And of course, they should have sunscreen, which I'll talk about that in just a sec. So don't use too many product brands, and moisturize day and night. Okay, this one was a big one for me. Don't touch your face. I know it's a little easier now. Look, my friend Erin, God love her, she's been working the front line, and since that happened in Atlanta, and she sent us our very own. It's the first time I've had an N95 mask. These things are intense. She says, "What are you wearing? What are you and the kids wearing?" I'm like, the ones from Costco. She's like, "Heaven's sake." So we got our first N95 mask. Trust me, I'm not using it. I'm like, I don't want to get it dirty. So, but don't touch your face. It's a little easier now that we're wearing masks all the time. But not only does it spread bacteria, but it can cause breakouts, of course, and it does increase wrinkling. So, because you're pulling away from the muscle. So just if you are, have you ever had breakouts like here or here? Because when I would study in college, I would lean right here. And so I always had breakouts right here. So just trying to be more aware. It's kind of like biting your nails, just being aware when they go in your mouth, and making sure that you decrease that. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to say is obviously hydration. It's really big. So not only on the outside, but obviously on the inside. I talked a little bit about drinking water, but choosing products that, not only your cleanser and your moisturizer and your serums, but make sure they have hydration in that formula, if that makes sense. So, of course, our moisturizers, there's so many different types. A lot of times this time of year, I will introduce my clients to this puppy. Can y'all see it? It's it looks like whipped butter. It's what it looks like, whipped butter. And it is our intense moisturizing cream. This is really good for feet, for elbows, for hands, for knees. And you can see it just adds that extra boost of hydration. So I always tell my clients, put your serums and stuff on, and then add a little dab of this to your moisturizer. And it's just going to give it an extra pop with your skin. So that is something that you can always do, is add a little boost of moisture. And the other thing that was a game changer for me, if you want a facelift in a box. Okay, girls, tell them what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about? Facelift in a box. I haven't talked about it in a long time, but it's really good. All right, I was making sure that it was going live. Y'all got quiet on me. Where's all my comments? It got quiet. Our facelift in a box is our Biocellulose Mask. So I'm going to show you here, because it has probably been 3 or 4 months since I have talked about this. I don't do these on video anymore, simply because it scares new people that haven't really built a relationship with me. They're like, okay, does she think it's Halloween or what? So these Biocellulose masks truly are like a facelift in a bottle. And if you've never seen it, it really looks like, that movie Scream and that white face mask? Oh, it does. But here's the thing. It is infused with so many botanicals, coconut water, that when you put it on your face and you I let mine sit there for about 20 minutes, and I do lay back. It's when I'm either listening to an audiobook or trying to go to sleep at night, and lay it on my face. It's going to have a is going to have two meshes. So can you see there's a mesh on the front and then there's a mesh on the back. So here's the deal. Take the meshes off, dip them back into this bag of goodness. And then I am a side sleeper. Also told you I laid in the sun a little too much as a kid. So I put one on my neck and I put one on my chest. You know, all those little lines that we get from being a side sleeper. Yep. When you take that mesh off, guess what's not going to be there? Those fine lines. They're gone. Like that. When I say it's a lift in a box, it really truly is. Same thing with the laugh lines or the loose jowl. Immediately lifts that up. I am an advocate of twice a week only because when I stop using it, you know what comes back? That bad boy. That little racing stripe. Okay, I'm going to use that one tonight. Look, can y'all see how wet and goodness this is? Like, don't waste it. Don't waste any of it. It's like liquid gold. And then, of course, I've talked about them till I'm blue in the face, but for your eyes, because that's the area that ages the fastest, you want to make sure that you're not only using an eye cream morning and night. When you put your eye cream on, use your ring finger if you're not using our repair that has the metal tip. And you want to put your eye cream down here on your eye socket bone. Okay, you don't put it up near your eyeball, then it becomes an eyeball cream. But make sure you're really hydrating this area right here. And obviously your brow bone. You want to do your brow bone because as we get older, gravity's been pulling on us for years, starts getting a droopy lid. Dehydration can cause the crepiness in our lids. But with these hydrogel eye patches, how many of you have these? We've kind of fallen in love. You can put them multiple ways. So this is for the fine lines and wrinkles. You can flip it around like this if you have the bags. You can't use these enough, to be honest. People are like, should I use them once or twice a week? And I'm like, you just have to kind of listen to your skin. You know, if you're drinking enough water and you have the right supplements for your skin, twice a week is probably fine. If you feel like you are in repair mode and trying to get back to where you want to be, then use them 4 to 5 times a week. But the other thing is if your lid is hooded, then lay it here on your lid. Lift that back up. Lift it back up with some moisture. And then I am grateful that I have smile lines, but not so much when my foundation like creases. So I do always, always, always put them around my mouth. And it's so funny because every night that I use them last night, and Caitlin's like, quit trying to talk to me with those on, because you just try to talk like this, you know, without moving around. And yeah, so I use 6. I do. I use 6. Sometimes I'll have to put them up here if I don't have my mask on. But yes, do it with your man. Do it with your man. They're so good. They will see a faster difference than you will. So hydrogel eye patches. Okay, so in hydrating from the inside out. This is a big one for me. And avoid direct heat exposure. So we think about the sun, but what about when I was working in corporate America 16 years ago, I had a heater underneath my desk. Have y'all ever had like a cold office and you had a heater underneath your desk? Well, dermatologists will tell you that you need to be at least 6 feet, or I'm sorry, not 6 feet. I'm used to saying 6 feet apart. 10 feet away from that heat source. 10 feet, y'all. So, yeah, I broke that rule for 4 years. 4 years. And being exposed to fireplaces or too close to those floor heaters just truly wreak havoc on your skin. And the older I get, I feel like it's wreaking havoc on my eyes. I'm getting dry eyes. So just take a step back and allow your skin not to get so hot, because when it's hot, it becomes inflamed. And when it's inflamed, you know what happens? Our collagen starts breaking down. Y'all, that's not good. Don't let your collagen break down. So make sure you don't have direct heat on you. Number 7, exfoliate a couple times a week. Exfoliate a couple times a week. Now, our cleanser, I know, Cindy, I did it 5 days a week. So our cleansers do have some gentle exfoliators in it. But did y'all know, our first little question, how many dead skin cells do you create every single day? How many dead skin cells or cells that die. How many die every single day? Any guesses? I'm going to give you a second. So there's several different types of exfoliation. If you want a true eraser, like an eraser for your face, then I'm not going to mislead you. It's this bad boy. It is our glycolic facial peel. And don't let it scare you. There's no downtime. It looks just like a little lotion, but it is all the damage that you maybe got this summer from being in quarantine and just being excited to get out of the house. It's going to erase all of that. And you could do it twice a week. And within 3 or 4 weeks, you are going to see you'll feel a difference immediately, but you'll be able to see a difference after just a couple times. Make sure you do your neck. I do my chest, and I always do my hands. I always do my hands because driving, just all the things, they show all those spots. So that would be my hands down go-to exfoliator. Microdermabrasion is also amazing. It's a gritty physical exfoliator. And it's really good if you have blackheads, like it gets in there and just cleans all that yuck out. Thousands, a bunch. Okay. Yes, Cindy. Hot water has moisture in it, so it's not as agitating on the skin, but you definitely, it'll open the pores up. Hot steam opens pores up, which is good, but you just you got to make sure you're taking care of the skin before and after, because if you keep putting hot water on it, obviously it's going to dry it out. So get this, 50 million skin cells die every single day. 50 million, y'all. So no wonder our face needs a little help. Like it needs a buddy. Like we shouldn't have just one friend, right? Like who has just one friend? We need a lot of friends. So this is my daily exfoliator in the shower. It's the cleansing brush. And then this is my go-to twice a week exfoliator. So anyway, don't feel like you have to pick either or, but you also don't want to make your skincare routine so complicated that you don't want to do it either, So are you an everyday exfoliator? Are you okay, I'm going to slap this on and go get a cup of coffee in the morning and then, and do it twice a week. Okay. The other thing, I know, isn't that crazy? 50 million. I had to research it. I knew it was million something, but I completely forgot it was 50 million. So now I think we're all probably going to exfoliate with a little more discipline and focus now that we know literally the dead, yucky dullness that is all over us. Okay, vitamins. Okay, we talk about drinking vitamins and with orange juice and obviously taking vitamins, but your skin, y'all, topically, we have to put the vitamins on our skin. And the new baby, I can't believe I didn't bring it over here. Sorry, I have my pill and my patches, but I forgot to bring our new vitamin C plus E. So if you have ever had surgery, like I know when I had the C-section, my surgeon said, as soon as it's closed up, when it's bright pink, you need to be slapping on that vitamin E. Have y'all been told that by surgeons before? Especially dermatologists use vitamin E. Well, here's the thing, is it has healing properties, okay? So if there's damage on your skin, the vitamin E is going to help heal your skin. So vitamin C, we have a new product that these are together. Vitamin C has the ability to tighten up the dermis. So basically it makes your skin bouncy, right? Instead of just being, because we start losing all of that thickness with our skin. So we want to keep that bouncy. So the two of them together, the vitamin E and the vitamin C, not only help diminish fine lines and wrinkles, but it's going to erase dark spots. So don't think that taking it topically or taking it, ingesting it is going to work as well as putting it on topically, because it won't, not for the skin. So can you use the brush daily and still? Yes, my friend. Yes. That's what I do. I use this daily, mainly because of my cystic acne. And this cleans 85% better than using your hands or a washcloth. Y'all, 85%. So with all those dead skin cells, of course, all the yuck that we're breathing in, I use that in the shower twice a day. And then I still do this twice a week. Yeah, for sure. Great question. Ooh. I forgot Kela had poison ivy on her face. Yes, that's such a great point. So anything that you need healing, for me, it is breakouts with the cyst. It stays inflamed for so long that it's not necessarily a scar, but it's discoloration. And if I didn't have that product, I would literally have to have a pound of makeup on to look like this. And I'm grateful I don't. I don't want my face to feel like it's going to crack when I smile. I had that experience for prom, and it wasn't a good one. Okay. Do not ever go near your eyes. Know where your eye socket is with any of your facial products. That skin is like tissue paper. This is kind of like regular construction paper. And so when you are using the products here and they migrate up into this area, just know that you are speeding up the aging process of your eyes. And not only that, you can get some really clogged, frustrated pores. And because the cells don't turn over there like they do here, I don't know if you've ever seen those little white bumps, and they're hard and you can't pop them, and they're there for months, sometimes years. I've had to have 2 of mine frozen off because I was not taught. Don't put facial moisturizers in that area. Don't use facial wipes in that area because it clogs those glands. So just know, stay away from your eyes with any of your facial products. What you want to do for your eyes is always remove it with our eye makeup remover. I mean, you can use another brand, but try ours once. Just try it once. And I will tell you what, not only will your lashes be long and healthy and thick, your brows will just have a new life. It has a B3 complex in it. So it's like a deep conditioner. And I'm just telling you what, it is the most gentle eye makeup remover on the planet. It's been #1 for over 20 years. Yeah, globally. So make sure that you're not going near your eyes. Okay. Maintain a healthy diet. I know. I had a conversation on Sunday with one of my customers. She came over and brought her daughter, and she said, I only break out really once a month. And I said, well, is it hormonal? She said, well, it's not here, it's here. And I said, well, what is your diet like, before that time of the month? And she's like, a lot of Diet Coke or Diet Dr. Pepper, a lot of sweets. And so have you ever had a meal or had a little nice sweet treat, and then you realize a couple days later, your skin is totally inflamed? I am that way with sodas. If I drink a dark soda, really any soda, I don't necessarily have the facial acne, but it goes all the way down my neck. It's all over my chest, and it is just horrible. FD&C red, same thing. If there's a cake with icing on it and I eat the red icing, it's like the icing wants to come out and play. So be aware of what you're putting in and what the triggers are. It doesn't necessarily have to be a tummy ache. It could be, your skin screaming like, leave this away take this away from me. So that's all I'm going to say, because I clearly don't have the healthiest diet, but I do try to watch what inflames my skin. Clean your makeup brushes regularly. Like, there has been some funky brushes out there. When we used to travel, the days when we got to take trips, and I would travel with some of my family members, I would be like, it's kind of like, when your toothbrush is old and the bristles kind of start getting scared of one another and they're like trying to run away, and their makeup brushes look the same way. I'm like, have these ever had a bath? So they can hold so much bacteria. So if you are using a foundation brush, like our blending brush, our concealer brush, any of those brushes that hold a concealer or a foundation and a primer as well, you want to make sure that you are washing that once to twice a week. Okay. Once to twice a week. I do twice a week, mainly because of my acne, but you can get away with it once a week. But I would recommend having 2 brushes and not using the same dirty brush 7 days in a row. Now, brushes around your eyes, you're totally fine. I use our little brush cleaner. It's a little mist, and I put it on a paper towel and just mist it and clean it off. And because I'm doing that, I would say twice a month. Twice a month is totally fine for your eye makeup brushes. When you're let's see if there's a brush over here. Nope. Sorry. Everything's on my dining room table. When you wash it, make sure you don't get the metal or wooden part wet, and you want to lay it like on a table and let the air circulate around the bristles. And don't stand it up like this. I did that for a while, and then all my brush hairs fell off the brush stem, and it was because all that moisture got in there. So make sure you're laying them flat and the air will circulate around them. So how often are y'all washing your brushes? I know, Joy, I do love the way our brush cleaner smells. It's so yummy. It's clean, and it's like your brushes aren't saturated, which I love. It has a little alcohol in it, I think. Isn't that what's in it? And it dries really fast, but it doesn't damage your brushes. So anyway, clean your brushes. Don't have that bacteria touching your face. And if you don't know how to clean your brushes, ask your consultant, because like I use a bar soap and just brush it over my Time-Wise bar soap, rinse it with warm water, and everything comes right out. Sunscreen. Okay, so sunscreen's not meant just for the days we go to the beach. This is rain, shine, indoor, outdoor, 365 days a year. Yep, 365 days a year. So many people feel like they need to protect themselves, obviously, when we go to the pool or the beach. But when you're driving, when you're in your office and there's windows, all those, I'm not directly in the sunlight, but I am having sunlight exposure, does have the free radicals. And I don't know if y'all know anybody that has fought melanoma, but I pray that you don't. My family's had it all over, both sides. Neither one of them were sun lovers. One's a ginger and never, ever got outside. But that incidental exposure does make a big difference. The other thing is you want to make sure that your sunscreen is broad spectrum. So what broad spectrum means is it's UVA for aging rays and UVB for burning rays. Burning's the sun. Aging would be like fluorescent lights, screens, cell phones, all of that is your aging rays, which I don't know about y'all, but we're having a little exposure right now. Okay. Number 13, detox your pores. Detox them. Let those pores get cleaned out so your pores will have some tight elasticity, not be opened up for the infection and bacteria. And of course, just opening it up for the unevenness that it looks when you put your foundation on. And I cannot say enough about we have some masks with the botanical line, but I really love this charcoal mask because it's not, our charcoal mask, because it doesn't pull off. It pulls it out, but then you just gently rinse it off. And it has a navy bean extract in it. So if you have the discoloration, it really does brighten your skin. So peppermint, rosemary, honeysuckle. If you like more of the dry clay mask, like I said, we've got some that are part of our botanical line. And then we have some that are from this Christmas edition, and it's Mad About Masking, and there's 4 different types. And one of those in there actually has the salicylic acid in it. So I'm like, this is awesome. So at that time of the month, I put that mask on, and it does make a big difference. So Doug and oh, yes, my mom. I'll have to see what you are talking about. I don't know what I was talking about when y'all talk. Sorry. All right. Number 14, simplify your routine. I know sometimes there's some trendy stuff out there and we're like, oh, I want to do that. Like that sounds like something that I need. And then what I have seen over my 16 years in Mary Kay is when you get so many products and you're not sure of the order, you're not sure when, you're not really sure how it goes along with the whole thing, you end up just kind of doing it away. Yeah. Like I'm not going to do anything. And not that you're not washing your face, but you really miss out on the basic needs of cleansing your skin, exfoliating your skin, making sure that you're adding those vitamins and moisture. And then of course, the last one is protect. And your foundation is your Ziploc bag, your protection for the day. So make sure that you are not adding too many steps, that you just get lazy and don't do it at all. And sleep smarter. Okay. So I don't know, probably 5 years ago, I think I just moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. One of the free gifts with purchase was satin pillowcases. And my grandmother always slept with a satin pillowcase. I thought it was because she had her hair fixed. once a week. Did anybody else have grandmothers that had their hair fixed, like rolled once a week, and then they would tease it out? And so I thought it was because of her hair. Well, now I know it's because of your skin. It doesn't pull and tug when you're lying on it, and the material allows your skin just to gently glide across it without creasing and creating those deeper wrinkles. It's also better on your hair. So I have the Mary Kay silk pillowcase still. I got a bunch, so every year I'll switch it out. But I will tell you what, I still have curls in the morning. I don't have the frizz and the mats, and I don't have the tangles, which creates the breakage, right? So now my daughter has to sleep on this silk pillowcase. So better hair, better skin, better sleep. Why not? So how many of y'all use a silk pillowcase? Use a silk pillowcase. You have to tell me. All right. Well, there you have it, my friends. We're going to drink more water. We're going to simplify our routine. We're going to not kill, they're already dead. We're going to remove the 50 million dead skin cells, right? So, all right. So here was I got so excited about Whitney Houston coming on. So here's your trivia question. Trivia question. What percentage of New Year's resolutions fail by February? What percentage? Does anybody know? How many of you make a New Year's resolution? I get a word for the year, but I haven't been doing New Year's resolutions. All right. Any guesses on how many? 95. That was what I guessed. 95%. Look at y'all. Okay. Well, you're really close. 80%. All right, Kela, you get it. 80%. Fail by February. Okay, so I don't know. What is something that you've been able to stick to? Like what? I know sometimes accountability. Does anybody know how much the Times Square ball weighs? This blew my mind because if you've ever seen the ball in New York City, I have. I've seen it a couple of times, and it literally looks smaller than my light that's in here. I mean, it's like the tiniest thing. And you notice that huge building and the Times Square with all the lights. And then you look up. Of course, I didn't see it drop. It was in December, but I'm like, that's what we're watching on TV. That's like kind of pitiful. But guess how much that ball weighs? Who guessed 1,200 pounds? Girl, you are on it. 11,875 pounds. And I am not kidding. It is not this big. Let's see. What does it say? It's Waterford crystals. Waterford crystals. No wonder. So it does really sparkle. All right. How many of you are going to sparkle tomorrow night? Or how many of you are going to just play it cool? Just do your PJs with some extra moisturizer on. Cindy, good guess. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. Always that much. All right. So I want to end tonight with sharing with you what we talked about. And then I would love for you is this the one I was going to share? Yes. Is it on your screen? Let me see. It sure is. Don't you just love it when technology works? So we talked about several different pieces of the skincare. And what I wanted to show you here in the top row, these are our different skincare options minus the men's. We do have a men's line and it's amazing. But you don't have to go with just a set. The girl that came over Sunday, like I said, she had the breakouts, but she had really sensitive skin. So she wanted the naturally cleanser, but because of the breakouts and the discoloration, she used the day and night of the Miracle Set. So just so you know, it's all the same pH. Figure out what your skin needs. And hopefully after hearing what you heard tonight, you can create your perfect routine, not only for you, but I'm a big advocate for your daughters. I started having Caitlin and the boys wash their skin between 7 and 8. The boys were a little more resistant, but I struggled with acne and my self-confidence went in the toilet. So teach them, cleanse your face. Don't scrub your eyes, don't sleep with stuff on your face. And of course, I love this Naturally Lime for kids. This is the Skin Figure 8 brush. I did want to tell you, we learned something really cool last week. We had a special global renowned makeup artist do a training class with us. And she was talking about this massager. I did not know before photo shoots, like for magazines or before red carpets and all of that, all of these famous people have these deep tissue massages. And the deep tissue massages stimulates the blood flow. And so the collagen kind of comes back to life because there's fresh blood in there. So that is what this massager is for, is to help stimulate the blood flow and the collagen production. And she said, use that massager head in the morning. Like, use it before you put your serums on. I like to put the oil on my face and massage it with that because it kind of just glides around. And yeah, you just see everything kind of come back to life. We have the exfoliators, we have the mask. So talk to your beauty consultant. I will post this as well if you have any questions with any of the products. But instead of just worrying about your size or your weight or where you're going to travel, why don't we start the new year with a simple routine that works for you? But this is what people remember, right? You're not going to know you're not going to remember I had on PJ pants and fuzzy slippers and a rose gold top tomorrow, but you probably will remember my smile or my eyes or something. So let's start here. Let's start here. And we always have payment plans. So if it's something you're like, I really need this, but it's after Christmas, Casey, like horrible timing. What's wrong with you? Don't worry. We have payment plans. It's called the husband doesn't have to know it plan. I was on that for a while. And, I know, Kela, me too. I had no idea that massager head. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with tonight, and we are going to wrap it up, is, we've got now one day left in 2020. And one thing that I think we all can agree on is hope that 2021 is going to be not only a new year, but would be different in so many ways. And you have the power to make that change. You have everything you need to be able to take that step. And if you have been inspired at all by business owners in 2020, your beauty consultant, the excitement that she has, her confidence growing, there has never been a better time than now to have a home-based business. There are so many that are now considered essential. And between the tax write-offs and the flexibility, this has been more convenient as a mom and not having to drive back and forth and get childcare. And my sales are better than they've ever been. And through tomorrow, there is a $30 option, $30. That's it. My family can't go to Chick-fil-A for $30, but you can get started having 50% off, having an amazing sisterhood and tribe for $30. That's it. $30. And you don't need to know all of this. When I started, I was new. I was hungry to learn because I wanted my skin to look better. And I was excited, but I was so shy, so incredibly shy, scared to death of failure, and honestly scared about what other people would think about me. Like, I didn't want to be a lipstick peddler, No, I wanted to have more confidence and I wanted to feel better about me. And an extra $50 a week or $100 a week wasn't going to hurt this girl being out of college and getting her first home. So I didn't start this way. None of us started this way. So I just want you to know this is 16 years in training, and we would love to have you. Just ask more questions, okay? Instead of just assuming that it's not for you, ask some questions to your beauty consultant and get the facts. I don't think we can ever make an educated decision until we know the facts. So talk to her before it ends tomorrow. And yeah, I don't know if you'll see me in next year or not. I'm thinking about doing a little sparkly eye tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how the day goes because I haven't decided what my outfit's going to be. Did y'all tell me? What are y'all wearing to your New Year's Eve party? I am having food delivered. I did do that. I'm like, at least that'll make me feel like I'm doing something right? All right. Well, I love y'all. Thank you for being on. Let us know if you have any questions with the products, any questions about the $30. And I would love to know What did you learn tonight that you didn't already know? It helps me obviously know what to keep sharing. All right. Well, y'all, happy New Year's if I don't see you before. And thank you for getting on and supporting your beauty consultant or me if you are a part of my amazing customer group. And I just can't tell you how much it means. We're all doing like cartwheels right now that you're on. PJs. Oh, you're getting the fondue pot out. I love that. What a great idea. I think that was a star prize for Mary Kate. All right. Well, y'all have a good night. Talk to you soon. Bye.